In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
This is season 3, episode 50, and this is a show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This show exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life, because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the easier, smoother, cooler, and just flat out doper life is. You dig? So, welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome. I'm your host, California Cal, one of the cool Californians left in this state. And I've got to say, for those of you guys who are really paying attention, what we've been doing with this show is really just weaving together spirituality and physicality. And that's kind of the overall theme of the show I've really been realizing, because everything I'm up to and talk about and everything that I've learned about and the means of, using this information, the show, as a means of, spreading wisdom and knowledge in a simple way. The sharing of wisdom in a very simple way. Casting it into the wind and letting the wind do its work, so to say. So, I think that when we cast wisdom into the wind, when aka, create things, we share what we've learned, we release it, we own it, apply it, release it, and, allow it to take its course and run its flow and do exactly that. So, this show exists for that reason, and it's so important that we understand this whole 3D to 4D stuff, the third dimension, the fourth dimension, or fourth dimension, the third dimension, and that magic is fucking real. You know what I mean? Magic is real in such a major way, and I'm going to get into that a little bit. We're going to get into some cool magic stuff that is science-backed and based, and also ties in spirituality and I guess you could even call religion or and anything like that. And it ties it all together. Math even, and imagination. So it's interesting because even within imagination, there's so much reality to that. Like everything that's real was birthed from imagination. So I think in modern times, we discredit the power of imagination in many ways because it's like, well, fuck, imagination is how we get and have gotten everything to a capacity. And it's like you could take it deeper and say, well, shit, where does imagination come from? Well, I think it's a mix of the universal universal wisdom and information and intellect that exists in the universal storehouse of knowledge, as well as our own ego and creativity and the own activation of our own alchemy in our body and our vision and in our life. So, being that everything in this life is a state of alchemy and is and exists because of some sort of alchemic equation or formulation or anything. So if you look at like what is a human being, we're just the alchemy of I said that kind of weird. If you were to break down what a human being is in reverse, what makes us all the way up, well, it's like you've got the spiritual and you've got the physical. So we have physical elements of us, and then we have faith-based elements of us, which you can't see, but you have to kind of acknowledge. Otherwise, you're, just really ignorant to life, which is that thinking, prayer, ideas, insights, what is all that? Feelings, emotions, you can't just take them out and show me. You can't hand them to somebody. but you can express them, right? So it's a trip to think that everything in life is of alchemy. Everything. So here's the thing, I think, where a lot of people misinterpret or misunderstand alchemy as a general whole is that alchemy is not only for the physical world. Alchemy exists in thoughts, ideas, prayer, and in everything that exists of the 4D world, the fourth dimensional world. So, being that everything has a formula to it, a structure to it, it's interesting to think that the only thing, well, sorry, that's, I don't know if I can say the only thing, but let me say this. Not the only thing. Let me rephrase that. Being that all of life is a version of alchemy, spiritual, mental, physical, whatever, every single piece has an alchemic equation to it. There's math as to why you would feel sad if somebody says something mean. There's, you know what I mean? There's just equations to that. That's alchemy. So, it's very interesting to think how many human beings crave and want stillness in their life. Yet, here's the thing. Stillness is not recognized in alchemy. There is no such state in provable science that is of stillness. Every single object is a vibration. It's a branch of movement. It's an element of movement, of life, of elemental existence. And these elements have to live. If the elements stop moving, if the elements stop existing, if the elements stop living, they're no longer. Therefore, it's dead, and therefore it's not of alchemy, and it is not of this planet anymore, in a sense. And I don't mean dead as in decay, because there's alchemy happening there, but I mean more so dead as in just disappears. So it's like the closest thing we have to absolute stillness is constant motion.
Damn, dude.
So that's crazy, right? Well, yes and no. Because anything, what is it like? Isaac Newton's law is like anything in motion, once in motion, stays in motion. And, you know, equal and opposite, all of those laws, right? That wasn't very educated sounding, but you know what I'm talking about. With that, it's like, well, the earth is in motion, therefore everything is in motion. We can't stop it. Like, what is the equal and opposite reaction in order to whatever? So this also dives into like as above, so below, and all of these pieces of science and philosophy and spiritual teachings and understandings, they all really equal the same shit, which is that like everything is fucking alive and in motion and a vibration of some capacity and is the construction of the invisible. It's a combination of things that are invisible and chemicals and that which is of the nature of alchemy, that things can exist. Now, how do things exist? Well, things have to exist based off of ideas and creations that we have. Sorry, I just got a text and got spaced out. So it's like everything that we think of and create and exists and comes into existence, we had to imagine it, take the invisible space of in between, construct them, put them together, use the alchemical properties and processes in order to make and design whatever. Like glass isn't just glass for no reason. Water isn't the different types of water it is for no reason. Like the air, the fire, the walls, the floor, the fucking whatever. It all doesn't just exist out of nowhere for no fucking reason. Every piece of it is traceable back to Mother Nature. And every piece is traceable back to an element of fire, air, water, and earth. And every single thing here is based on, well, okay, let me rephrase that. So to say every single thing here only represents 50% of the equation. Because as human beings, we are spiritual beings. So it's like to have a whole, full human being, yes, we are physically here, but that's only 50% of the equation. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, we are all physically here, and we all physically exist due to the alchemical properties that is human flesh, blood, our bodies. But it's like, what is it that awakens the body? It's your spirit, it's your soul, it's the invisible, it's great spirit, it's God, it's those things. So it's like, that is what makes the body move. That vibration, that thing, that soul, that power, that energy, that entity, that whatever you want to identify with it as, that is the thing that gives us life. So it's like, if everything here is an extension of life, then everything has to be alive to some capacity. And it's like, okay, you can define alive as like human or not human or whatever, but it's like, no, this applies to many things too. It's like you could have whatever, right? Like you could have a plastic folder, and that is alive. It has life. It's never actually fully still. So that's what's crazy. It's like, yes, you can look at it, but when we zoom in closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, there's germs, there's this, there's all these things that make it what it is. And it's like, dude, being that everything comes from the source of life, which is originally what we have, which is the elements are all alive and active. So it's like, if we're willing to accept that, why are we not willing to accept the own spirit in ourselves, or that God or spirit, great spirit, however you relate to it, is not like a real thing that you should communicate with and talk to. Like, you're willing to believe that plants and trees and all and cars and you and everything else that you see just happens to stay on the planet because you're willing to believe in gravity. If I said there's a magical force there's an invisible magic force that holds everything down onto the planet, but sometimes you can break it if you follow and model the insects and bugs that fly and understand the wind and the water and the sun and the earth. Then you can actually break free from it. But if you don't do that, then you're just completely bound to be stuck to the earth. And it's an invisible force that holds everybody down. Unless you can understand the wind and the animals and the flying creatures. And that's just fucking gravity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're willing to believe something that fucking crazy and outrageous, why? How? What the fuck? Like, bro, come on, homie. There's more fucking shit to life than just the stupid shit we see and experience and whatever. Yes, this 3D world is real and important, and we gotta do what we do. And at the same time, it's not only it. What we see and what exists is only 50% of the equation. And within that being 50% of the equation, like, dude, how do you... Okay, so let's say you've got your physical life very, very in check. You've got a good job, you got a good family, you got good finances, you've got good health practices, all this stuff, but you're still unfulfilled and you're still unhappy. What is that? Why? How? How is that the case? Well, you fulfilled your 3D needs and urges and wants and desires. Okay, well then why is something still not complete? Well, it's because the relation to the 4D world, the fourth dimension, spirit, prayer, universal storehouse of knowledge, wisdom, thinking, all that, is not in alignment. And it's like, how can you ever be whole? How can you ever be perfect, whole, and complete as a human being without the being part? Right? It's like, you're a human. Human being what? What kind of being are you? Well, we're sentient beings. We're celestial beings. Well, not sentient, but celestial beings. I just realized I need to recheck what that word means. But we're celestial beings. We're spiritual beings living a human existence. So it's like, in order, what do you think the thing is that powers your fucking stupid meat bag around, aka your body? It's your fucking spirit. So we have to fucking tap into it. We need to learn it. We need to figure it out. There's not a right or wrong or whatever. It's like, this is where religion gets shit all weird. And people are arguing over 3D versus 4D understandings of it. There's a lot of things that are metaphors and of the 4D world and this and that. And it's like, when you look at it with the 3D lens, you have to make it literal. And when we make things literal, we pervert them and twist them and make them mean things that they don't actually mean. Because a lot of these things don't actually mean what they mean. The same way that when I say there's an invisible force that holds us all down, you'd go, what the fuck? Fuck that. No, that's not what it means. It's just gravity. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, no, it's like, dude, you don't gotta do all this shit. Just chill. Allow it. You know what I mean? If you do not connect with your spirit, you are going to be lost and you're going to be fucking fuel for the fire. And it's sad to say, like, so many people exist just to essentially be fuel for the eternal fiery pits of hell to some capacity. And it's like, I don't know what to think or say about that, but it's something that I heard a wise teacher say, and I was like, ooh, yikes, fuck. Because I'm sitting here asking, like, how do you be a fucking NPC person? How do you just live life and just, I don't care, like, my fucking spirit, whatever, and not even acknowledge it or give credit to it or meditate or pray or talk to it or think of it or engage in it or want to know more about it or to understand the alchemy of your spirit, your body, what makes you you and why you're you and why you prefer what you do and why you don't prefer what you want. Like, how are you ever going to enjoy your life if you don't know what the fuck you want? Right? But it's like, how can you know what you want if you're only actively engaging in 50% of who the fuck you are as an entire human being? Right?
Damn, dude.
So, to be in a harmonious state is not to achieve stillness. Rather, to have all areas of moving life working in synchronicity. AKA, that equals your chakras are in alignment.
Damn, dude.
They're spinning, glowing, illuminating, and in a healthy, purposeful, and definitive manner. And when we make sure that our chakras are spinning clockwise, they're illuminating, they're glowing, they're in sync, they're lit up, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. All of the different areas of us that equal continuous motion, which represent and feel like, and we often associate in 3D land as stillness. But really, when you're in a harmonious state, yeah, your body might be still, but your internals are firing on all cylinders. Your chakras, your energies, your inner systems are firing smooth as fuck. And that's what allows your vehicle to move down the road smoothly, right? The vehicle of your mind, your thoughts, your spirit, it can now travel smoothly. It's like, yeah, if you have a physical car and you're trying to drive and you twist one of the spark plugs loose, it like, yeah, you'll still be running, but it's just like, it's like you're not running as smooth. It's like, yes, there's motion, but it's not the right kind of motion that we want. And it's actually making everything scarier and harder as our car sputters down the road, rather than if we just stopped, took the time to spin the spark plug in the right direction. Funny enough, how do you spin a fucking spark plug in? Clockwise. So, right? It's engines are just a physical representation of a human heart. That's all an engine is. So it's like, if you're not a car person or motorcycle or engine person, I should say, dude, you're missing out on the beauty of engines because it's the recreation of a human heart. So, yeah, you can, whatever. So, here's the thing, though, is like, dude, really to have full harmony, all the things that are moving need to be moving in a lubricated, well-maintained, proper spinning fashion.
Damn, dude.
Right? And it's like, how many people are trying to fucking drive with their wheels on inside out and their fucking seat facing the wrong direction and their fucking car sputtering everywhere? And it's like, dude, it's like you can't keep putting gas. It's like so many people just keep putting gas in their dilapidated car, and it's like their metaphorical dilapidated car, their body, gas it up, gas it up, gas it up until you just fucking fall apart everywhere and crash, and until you crash and burn and blow up or whatever the fuck, right? Until you skid out and your wheels pop and, you know, roll until the wheels fall off. And it's like at some point, yo, you got to put the wheels back on and let's get this shit the right direction, right? And that really goes for myself saying that right now. And it's like, okay, how can I create and make as much synchronicity in my life as possible? Well, it's like getting my energy, my chakras, everything that I consider to be good and in alignment with myself, my spirit, my health, is going to equal being in alignment with my spirit, my health, my wealth, everything, right? Like, so it's like if you notice people who are really in tune with themselves and are really like tapped in with themselves and nature and all of that, it's like they have a certain glow to them. The same way that people acknowledge when pregnant women have this certain glow to them. It's like not necessarily this exactly tangible thing you're looking at, but it's like this energy more so than a physicality. Yes, there's a physicality to like a woman glowing, but it's like, it's more an energetic thing. It's more you're like, whoa, like, damn, I could feel you, you know, like you're radiating, right? It's like people say that, and it's like, dude, there's real power to that. And it's like, you don't need to be pregnant in order to radiate. You can do whatever practices that help illuminate and radiate your soul, your spirit, and things that amplify your harmony when we have things moving and spinning in a smooth, flowing state, right? And it's like, aka flow state, aka being in the groove, like having smooth movement, smooth sailing, right? It's exactly that. All the words and everything in life are just metaphors for some version of alchemy. Because all the letters and all the words and everything, they all add up to different things. And there's different versions of alphabets, and there's secret alphabets, and there's all sorts of things. And here's the thing is, like, with symbolisms and all that, they, like, symbols can represent entire alphabets. People don't think about this typically, but it's like little things can equal an entire fucking wealth of knowledge that it's like, if you don't know how to interpret it or read it, you'll never know the depth. So it's like the same thing as like, if you were to look at, what do we call it now? Like hashtags, like the pound sign. I don't know what it's going to be considered as later, but current, like, so growing up in the 90s, if you had a pound sign, if you ever had to use a pound sign on a phone, the number sign, it was because it was like, it said press this or that, and then you would be like, Deet, and it would know what to press, right? Or if you want to hang up now, press the pound sign or whatever, right? Or you'd use it to like confirm credit card payments or shit like that. It was originally what it was used for. And then as technology evolved, people started using it for hashtags. And that's like, it's funny because old people didn't get it because young kids will be like, oh, hashtag lollipop gang, or just like stupid shit or like whatever, right? And it's like, oh, hashtag foodie, hashtag, you know, 420, hashtag, or whatever, right? And like, so we have hashtags came out, and before, when us older people saw them, we're like, what is this? It was like the secret code, and all these young kids are typing, oh, hashtag whatever, hashtag this and that, hashtag whatever. And I literally didn't know what the fuck it meant. Like, I really didn't get it. I'm like, I don't know what this is for, what it's doing. Like, I really don't get it. And then later, as like I learn, it's like, oh, okay, like it's a joke, and it's a way to like tag something so other people can type in that hashtag, click that tag, and then it takes them, and then it relates all the things that are related to that for people who've used that hashtag to find all these different things that would have to do with that hashtag. So it's like, if you look at it, hashtag whatever, that's symbolism. Well, what's the symbolism for? Well, it's symbolism for jokes. It's symbolism for an actual way, like the computer and internet and whatever the fuck works. It's symbolism and for a way to search things. It's symbolism. It's like a shortcut to get information to things. So there's a lot of symbols that exist that are things that are exactly that. So it's fascinating that if you look at like chakras and energy and all this stuff, it's been symbolized. And there are symbols to it which equal the alchemy of it, which equal the transference and transmutation and growth and evolvement of how colors are. It's like the chakras inside you are the rainbow colors, which is the same thing as the colors that appear in the sky when you fucking spray water and the right amount of wind and all this shit and the right amount of sun comes through and all the elements line up. And when all the elements line up, you get a beautiful rainbow. And that's the case with us human beings too. When all of our elements line up, we get a beautiful rainbow.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
You dig? You guys, it's been real, as always. Been real in the field. Also, shout out to my katydid. I found one in the house yesterday, day before. I think he's going to join us for ceremony at a later date, as well as, yeah, he's just a cool spiritual teacher, man. There's a lot of cool stuffs about katydids. If you look it up, the symbolism and spiritual meanings and stuff is pretty sick. So, you guys, without further ado, that sound like I'm about to introduce somebody, huh? I'm about to introduce the end of the show. So, without further ado, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, pickle plucking, pig tucking, fryer tucking, truck driving, hockey sliding, ice skate rinking uncle about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast. You dig?
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
This is season 3, episode motherfucking 50, which makes us 262 episodes in, actually. So I will see you guys at the next one. Again, please be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your best friends, cousins, uncle, as well as make sure you go donate to We Clean Planet. Also, hashtag We Clean Planet, Clean Planet Day. Go help out, go donate, go become a community member, become a community leader in your area. Help get some trash picked up every last Saturday of the month. Do your part. Do whatever you can. If you can't do anything, make a donation or at least fucking tell somebody. And also, if you'd like to support this show, if you got any value or you get any value or you've gotten any value or anything like that to any capacity, please be sure to scroll down in the show description and hit the Cash App with some blessings. Much blessings, peace and love, family, peace and love, grand rising. No, but really, that would be cool, actually. But anyways, you don't have to. Just if you think this is cool, whatever the fuck would be greatly appreciated and helpful. Yeah, Cash App at Damn Dude Podcast. I love you guys. Or no, $sign Damn Dude Podcast. Yeah, love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, please be sure to tell a friend, and give us a share on Instagram as well. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.